In another video, I explained the process for making one of these repairs when you have a leak in a brine line. One thing I failed to mention in that video is if the brine lines are cold, so if these still have cold brine running through them at the time you're doing the repair, you're going to have to use a lot of hot water. I can't stress this enough because this plastic, so this is warm right now and I can squeeze it and it's reasonably soft, but not super soft. If I pour hot water on this, a lot of hot water on this, this will soften up quite a bit. The reason you want it soft, and so hot water is a good thing to use even if the floor isn't cold. So right now this floor is warm. Even if you're doing a brine repair right now, pouring hot water over this and an ample amount of it will make this nice and soft. And the reason it's important to get it soft is because if it's not soft, you might not be able to even get it to bend enough to get that piece in there. And if you have the floor cold, as soon as you cut this open, there's going to be cold water running through each end. So in this end, if you have to, you can stick a plug and that'll keep what's in these pipes. You can see everything that's above the height of the nipple is still going to want to flow out of there, even if you've got the valve shut. This side will definitely have more that it can lose than that side. So when you make the cut, the piece going this direction has got the entire ice surface worth of brine line, 200 feet plus another 200 feet really, because these are loops. They loop at the other end and come back. So say you're cutting this one right here, that's the supply. There's also the return plus everything in the return. So you can have probably even more coming from this end than this end on the supply side, whereas on the return side, since it's higher up, you should just have the what's mostly going that way. So sounds a little complicated, but essentially if you're doing a repair on the higher up pipe, you're probably gonna put your plug into the into this side while you fit the nipple into this side. If you're doing one on the lower one, you might actually be better off to put the plug into the ice side and put the nipple into this side. Either way, you're going to want to move quickly. You're going to lose brine. So wear your PPE and make sure you use lots and lots of hot water. If you don't use hot water, you're going to make it much harder on yourself, and you're also going to make it so that you're going to create weak spots in the pipe. When the pipe gets bent, it'll kink, especially if it's cold, and if you kink it, where you kink it is going to be where it's going to leak next. So right now we're having lots of leaks at the curling club, and I think we've had like several leaks in the last year, and those are pretty much all coming from several years ago when they cut all of their pipes all the way along and flushed out their floor and cleaned it out. So it was good that they got the floor cleaned out and got better flow, because they had some spots that weren't freezing properly. But the bad thing is now all the spots where they kinked the pipe is starting to spring leaks. So lots and lots of hot water, softening the pipe up as much as possible before cutting and bending it is critical. And the shorter the span that you have, the more hot water you need. So in a long piece like this, you've got a bit more room to work the pipe. Over on the curling rink, the pipes are even closer, like the header is closer to the floor, so it's more like what our heat floor is like down here, where you have, right there, there's only about 12 inches of space, and the closer it is, the harder it is to bend these. You've got less to work with. So more hot water is the lesson of this video. Soft pipes make the job go easier, and it'll also prevent long-term damage.